بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. نرحب بكم مرة أخرى استكمالا لسلسلة الفيديوهات المتعلقة بالمراجعة للوحدة السادسة من منهج 12 المتقدم. بإذن الله تعالى بهذا الفيديو سنستكمل جزء جديد وأسئلة جديدة للمراجعة. نبدأ على بركة الله. السؤال التاسع question number 9. Find the volume of the solid generated by revolving the region bounded by the graphs of y equal minus 3x plus 6, y equal 3x, y equal 0 about the x-axis. إذن في هذا السؤال يطلب حجم المجسم الناتج عن الدوران لثلاثة منحنيات، ثلاثة دوال y equal minus 3x plus 6, y equal 3x, y equal 0. طبعا الدوران حول x axis. أولا دعونا نستخرج نقاط التقاطع الانترسكشن بوينتس اللي موجودة between الفانكشنز اللي معنا حتى نتمكن من انه احنا نعمل الدرو او الجرافز اللي معنا. فخلينا ناخذ بالبداية الفانكشن الأول اللي هو minus 3x plus 6 equal الفانكشن الثاني اللي هو 3x. لو حلينا هاي المعادلة حيكون في عندي 6x تساوي 6 وبالتالي x equal 1. إذن التو لاينز اللي هم y equal minus 3x plus 6 و y equal 3x راح يكون في intersection عند وين؟ عند L1. الفانكشن الأول لو أخذناه مع الزيرو اللي هو minus 3x plus 6 equal 0 سوينا solving لها الإيكويجن راح يطلع معي x equal 2. كذلك الفانكشن الثاني اللي هو 3x equal 0 حيطلع معي x equal 0. لو نفذنا عملية الرسم كما يظهر أمامنا في الشكل اللي جهة اليمين، الفانكشن الموجود باللون الأحمر الريد كلر اللي هو هذا y equal 3x، لأن 3x حيمر من عند 0 وحيمر من عند x equal 1 بالتقاطع مع اللاين أو الخط الأول. إذن هذا اللي موجود باللون الأحمر هو y equal 3x. أما الفانكشن أو اللاين اللي موجود باللون الأزرق فهذا راح يكون اللاين الثاني اللي هو y equal minus 3x plus 6. الآن بالامتحان قد يكون الرسم معطى، لكن احنا حبينا نفرجيكم يعني فيما لو لم يعطى الرسم لكم كيف تنفذوا عملية الرسم بسهولة. إذا نقاط التقاطع هي مسألة أساسية في أي رسم تقوموا فيه بالامتحان. طبعا نقطة التقاطع اللي طلعت عند الواحد اللي هي هذه النقطة، واضح جدا إنه عند الواحد. طبعا لو عوضتوا أنتوا minus 3 times 1 minus 3 plus 6 it's 3 so 1 and 3. also 3x 3 times 1 it's 3. الآن خلينا نشوف وين هي المنطقة اللي إحنا حنعمل لها عملية الدوران. المنطقة اللي حنعمل الدوران محصورة ما بين المنحنى الأول والثاني و y equal 0. اللي y equal 0 اللي هو الإكس أكسس اللي هو هذا. بالتالي المنطقة اللي صافيت معنا اللي حنجري عليها عملية الدوران هي هذه المنطقة المثلثة. طيب الآن which method is the best to find the volume؟ يعني مين الطريقة الأمثل لإيجاد الحجم؟ هل هي الديسكس الأقراص أم هي الواشرز اللي هي الحلقات أم هي الشلز الأصداف؟ بما أنه الآن محور الدوران هو الإكس أكسس، الريفولفينج أكسس هو الإكس، بهذه الحالة أنا أقترح أنه احنا ناخذ الشلز. طب ليش الشلز؟ لأنه احنا لو جينا أخذنا مستطيل يوازي محور الدوران اللي هو الريكتانجل اللي احنا ناخذه دائما في طريقة الشلز حيكون هوريزونتال، حيكون بهذا الشكل. بالتالي لما تحسب الاتش حتكون الرايت ماينس الليفت دايركت. لما نحسب الار في هذه الحاله مثل ما تكلمنا سابقا، الار في هذه الحاله هي عباره عن هذه الديستنس، هاي الار وهاي الاتش. اذا الار حتكون هي الواي، والاتش حتكون هي الرايت فانكشن ماينس الليفت فانكشن. خلينا نطلع قيمه الار والاتش الان. الار مثل ما اتفقنا حتكون هي الواي، لانه الار هي الديستنس بتوين الريكتانجل اللي انت اخذته الى محور الدوران اكس. هذه مسافه عموديه، مسافه راسيه، اذا هذه المسافه تمثل قيمه واي. اما الاتش فهي الرايت ماينس الليفت. طيب مين هو الرايت؟ مين هو هذا؟ ومين هو هذا؟ بهذه الحاله لازم نسوي تشينج للفانكشنز اللي عندك، لازم تكتب الاكس in terms of y. خلينا ناخذ الأولى اللي هي y equal minus 3x plus 6. لو اجينا حولناها هاي، حناخذ هاي للطرف الآخر وحنجيب الواي لهذا الطرف، حيصير عندك 3x equal 6 minus y. إذن x equal 6 minus y over 3. This is the first one. What about the second one? The second one is y equal 3x. So x equal y over 3. إذا هذا راح يعطينا y over 3، واللي باللون الأزرق راح يتحول إلى ماذا؟ إلى 6 minus y over 3. لما نيجي نحسب الاتش الآن، قيمة الاتش حتكون الرايت ماينس الليفت. الرايت اللي هو 6 minus y over 3 minus الليفت اللي هو y over 3. If we find this value, this will give us 6 minus 2y over 3. Now back to the law for the volume by Shell's method. V equal integral from C to D. البوردرز للانتجرال حيكونوا الآن من الواي axis. We start from 0 up to this point which is 3. So from 0 to 3. 2 by الR اللي هي y في الH اللي طلعناها 6 minus y over 3 dy. الآن how can we find this integral? The question is multiple choice question, so you can use calculator directly. The result, it will be this question number 9, so the result it's number A. If you find this integral, the value is 6 pi. So A, it's the correct answer. Now we'll go to the next question. Question number 10. Find the volume of the described solid. The solid lies between planes perpendicular to the x-axis at x equal minus 6 and x equals 6. The cross sections perpendicular to the x-axis between these planes are squares whose bases run from the semicircle y equal minus radical 36 minus x square to the semicircle y equal radical 36 minus x square. هذا السؤال يعتمد على حساب الحجم من المقاطع العرضية، وهذا أول جزء درسناه في الفوليومز. مهم جدا أول شيء نحدد مين هو الكروس سكشن، يعني مين الكروس سكشن اللي أعطاني إياه في السؤال. الكروس سكشن perpendicular to the x-axis، هذا مهم جدا، عمودي على محور الإكس. Between these planes are squares. إذا الكروس سكشن بهذه الحالة هو عبارة عن سكوير. إذا هنا determine the shape of the cross section. شو نقول له؟ نقول له هذا سكوير. طيب ما دام إنه سكوير، السكوير ياخذ هذا الشيب. بماذا يمتاز السكوير؟ بأنه السايز تبعونه كلهم متساويين. فخليني أنا أفرض من الآن مثلا، أفرض إنه هذا مثلا L يكون هذا L. طيب هذه البيسز للسكوير اللي هي ال أعطاها وصف، he described it. it's run from the semicircle y equal to the semicircle y equal. يعني هذا السكوير القاعدة تبعته أو الضلع تبعه موجود ما بين هالدائرتين الأنصاف الدوائر اللي أمامك. هلا هذول أنصاف الدوائر بكل سهولة ياخذوا هذا الشكل. يعني هذه نصف دائرة نص قطرها 6 سنتيمتر، وهذه نص دائرة نص قطرها 6 سنتيمتر، لكن واحدة من أعلى واحدة من أسفل. يعني واحدة عاملة هكذا والأخرى من الجهة الثانية. هذا كل الموضوع from -6 to 6. إذا تشكل عندي سيركل كامل. الآن السايد أو البيس للسكوير هو عبارة عن المسافة العمودية على إكس، يعني معناته بهذه المسافة. سوري، هذه هي ال. فإحنا كيف حنطلع ال الآن؟ حناخذ الأبر ماينس اللور بكل سهولة. احنا بنطلع الاي اكس، يعني لازم اعرف ال ماذا تساوي. مين الابر الان؟ اللي هو البوزيتيف واي اللي هو راديكال 36 ماينس اكس سكوير، ماينس اللور اللي هو ماينس راديكال 36 minus x squared. If we find this value, will give us 2 radical 36 minus x squared, because negative it will be positive. So radical plus radical is 2 radical. Now what about a of x? A of x, because the cross section is a square, the area of a square it's L squared. So it will give us 2 radical 36 minus x squared all square. That means 4 36 minus x squared, because square with radical square root, it will be cancelled. So 2 square is 4. Now this is the a of x. What about the volume? If we go to the volume, it will give us v equal integral from -6 to 6, because don't forget that it's perpendicular to the x-axis. So my borders from x-axis -6 to 6 for a of x. A of x we find it اللي هي 4 36 minus x squared dx. If we find this value, it will give us 1152. Question number 10, so A is the correct answer. Next one. Question number 11. Find the volume of the solid generated by revolving the region bounded by the graphs of x equal 2 radical y, x equal -2y, and y equal 2 about the x-axis. If I look here to the answers he give me as integrals. So I don't look for find the result as a number. Just put your answer as an integral. So if I look to the graphs here, I think blue one, it must be x equal 2 radical y. And the red one, it's x equal -2y. Because this one must be y equal 2, because it's horizontal line. So now I will decide about which method I will use to find this volume. Now the revolving about the x-axis, Discs, I can't use it, because here if I will go to the discs, I must have R0 and R1, inner and outer radius. Washers, it's okay, but as I see here, I must distribute my interval from -4 to 0 and 0 to 3. But if I go to shells, I think I can take rectangle, horizontal rectangle, from right to left and find the edge. Also, the value of r, it's the distance from the rectangle to the x-axis, so it will be r equal y. So I think the shell, I will choose the shell because it's more easy. Now r, as I told before, r equal y. h equal right graph minus left one. الرايت اللي هي 2 radical y minus الليفت اللي هي minus 2y. So the result here is 2 radical y plus 2y. Now I will find the volume. Equal integral from c to d from 0. طبعا borders from y-axis start from 0 up to 2. From 0 to 2. 2 by الr اللي هي y في h 2 radical y plus 2y dy. Now I'm finished. I will look to the answers. So the borders from 0 to 2 and this integral in terms of y, so it's dy, not dx, so B, it's wrong answer. A, B, and C, all integrals dy, so it's okay. The borders from 0 to 2, so it's okay. Now I will start from 2 pi, so the first one is 2 pi y, until now it's correct. Y plus radical y. Sorry, I have 2 radical y plus 2y. So A is wrong answer. What about C? 2 pi, it's okay. Y, it's okay. Y minus radical y. No, it's not the same. So it's wrong also. Go to the B. B, I think it's the correct answer. So V equal 4 pi, not 2 pi. What happened here? Oh, I think he take the number 2 from here as a common factor. So I will continue one step, take 2 outside. It will be integral from 0 to 2. It will be 4 pi y times radical y plus y dy. So I think branch B is the correct answer. Question number 12. Use the shell method. So here he asks you to use shell method to find the volume of the solid generated by revolving the shaded region about the line y equals 6. Where is y equals 6? Y equals 6 is here. This is the line y equals 6. So the revolving is around or about this line. Okay. What about my rectangle? My rectangle, it must be horizontal or parallel, sorry, with the revolving line with y equals 6. So it will be like this. I think all rectangles you take here in shaded air in this shaded region, it will go from right to left. From right, I will take x equals 6y minus y square, this parabola. And from left, it's the y-axis. It's x equals 0. So I will start with r. R now, it's the distance between the revolving axis and the rectangle. So this is r. So r, it's the upper minus lower, so it's 6 minus the value of y here, so it's 6 minus y. What about h? H will be right minus left, so 6y minus y squared minus 0. because the right one is 6y minus y squared and the left one is x equals 0. So the final result is 6y minus y squared. Now, what about the volume? V equal integral from C to D. So my borders, it's come from y-axis, so from 0 to 6. Two by R, it's 6 minus y times the h, 6y minus y squared dy. So 2 by, take it outside from 0 to 6. Now I must simplify these two brackets. 6 times 6y times y squared, also minus y times 6y and minus y squared. So it will give me 6 times 6y, it's 36y. 6 times minus y squared, it's minus 6y squared. Minus y times 6x, it's minus 6y squared. Minus y times minus y squared, it's plus y cubed dy. So 2 by integral from 0 to 6, 36y minus 12y squared plus y cubed dy. So 2 pi. Now the integral is 36y squared over 2. It will give me 18y squared. Minus a 12y cubed over 3. So it's 4y cubed plus y to the power 4 over 4. And the borders from 0 to 6. I will start with 6. I will use my calculator. So 18 times 6 squared minus 4 times 6 cubed plus 6 to the power 4 divided by 4 equal 108. Minus 0, it will give me 0. So the final result is 216 by. So the correct answer is C. Some students ask in exam, teacher, can we use the calculator from this step? I say yes, you can. Why not? Now question number 13. Let R be the region bounded by the graphs of y equal x squared minus 4. I think it's coming here in red color. So this is y equal x squared minus 4. And y equal minus 1. Y equal minus 1, it's coming down in the blue color, this one. This is y equal minus 1. So the R, it's coming here. So this is my region. This is my region. Okay. Compute the volume of the solid form by revolving about the line y equal 3. Y equal 3, it's coming up here, y equal 3, and the revolving around this line. Okay. Which method is the best? Now I will discuss with you Shell's method. I will start from Shell's. If I take the Shell method, my rectangle must be parallel to the revolving axis, y equal 3. So it must coming like this, from right to left. So that means I need the equation of this part and the equation of this part. So it's more difficult. So I think Shell's not good choice here. Disk also, I can't use it because the revolving axis is very far from the region. So I will choose Washer's method. Washer's method, it's need R0 and R1, inner and outer radius. As we know before, because the revolving axis is horizontal, so R0 and R1 will be perpendicular to the revolving axis, y equal 3. So it's coming like this. R0 is the distance from the revolving axis and the line y equal -1. So this is R0. And R1 is the distance between the revolving axis y equal 3 to the parabola x squared -4. So this is R1. What about R0? R0, as I said before, is the distance between y equal 3 and y equal -1. So the upper is 3 and the lower is -1. So the value is 4. What about R1, the outer radius? The outer radius هو عبارة عن the distance between the upper one, it's 3, minus the lower one, it's the parabola x squared -4. Now that means 3 minus x squared plus 4. So it will give me 7 minus x squared. What about the borders of this integral? Borders is started from here. From this one to this one. What is values? Is it -2 and 2? No, it's a big mistake. And if you look here in the answers, he put some borders from -2 to 2 because he know where is your mistakes as students. So be careful, please. I will find it as intersection points between y equal -1 and y equal x squared -4. So x squared -4 equal -1, that means x squared equal 3. That means x equal plus minus radical 3. So your borders, the first one is minus radical 3, and the last one is x radical 3. So your answer, it must be A or C. A or C. Now I will start from R1 square. So what is the value of R1? R1, it's 7 minus x squared. So 7 minus x squared, and that means by integral from minus radical 3 to radical 3 by times R0, R1, sorry, R1 here 7 minus x squared square minus R0, it's 4 square, that means 16. dx. So the answer is, what is the answer? Minus radical 3 to radical 3 by 7 minus x squared square minus 16. So I think A is the correct answer. Now we will continue with another question. Question number 14. Use the method of cylindrical shells to find the volume of the solid formed by revolving the region bounded by the graphs of y equal 2x and y equal half x squared in the first quadrant about the y-axis. So where is my region? My region is shaded between these two graphs, so it's coming here. This is my region. And it's around about y-axis. So y-axis is the revolving axis. In the shell method, as we know before, because we revolving around the y-axis, so your answer or your integral, it must take the borders from x-axis. So your borders now is coming from 0 up to 4. Now what about our rectangle? Our rectangle now, it will come in vertically. from up to down, because it must parallel to the revolving axis. So when we talk about h, it's upper minus lower. Now what about r? R is the distance between the rectangle and the revolving axis. So this is r. So r now, it will be x, and h, upper minus lower. So the upper one is the line y equal 2x, and the lower is the parabola half x squared. So the volume is integral from c to d, integral from a to b, sorry. So I think here we have a mistake. This will be x, and from a to b, from a to b. So it's from 0 to 4, okay, 2 by r now it's x, and h, it's 2x minus half x squared dx. I don't need to find the value because the answers is coming like integrals, so I will find my correct answer. 0 to 4, 2 by x, 2x minus half x squared. I think branch A is the correct answer. Branch A is the correct answer. طبعا where is the mistake in branch C? He take half x squared minus 2x, lower minus upper. This is not correct. Okay, so A, it will be the correct answer. Now we'll go to the question number 15. Find the arc length of the portion of the curve x equal ln y with y greater than equal 1 less than or equal e. First of all, for find the arc length, I have two ways. I can use integral with respect to x or integral with respect to y. If I look here in the answers, I have 3 answers respect to x and 1 answer respect to y. But if I go to the answer respect to y, look to the borders here. Start from where? From 0 to 1. And your borders for y, from where to where? From 1 to e. That means this is not correct. So my answer is coming in the integral with respect to x. So first of all, I must find the y in terms of x. X equal ln y. How can I change it? As we know before in grade 11, for example, or in term 1, chapter 1, term 1, y equal e to the power x. How we can change it from logarithm to exponential. So it's y equal e to the power 2x. Also, I must change the interval from y to x because the interval here for y, I need it from x. So when y equal 1, x equal how much? X equal ln 1. That means 0. And y equal e give us x equal ln e. And ln e equal 1. So x, it's coming between 0 and 1. Now I will use the arc length law to find the arc length for this curve. I will find y prime. So y prime equal e to the power x. So y prime equal e to the power x also. I need y prime square. So e to the power x square. That means e to the power 2x. Be careful here. e to the power x to the power 2, I will multiply the power, so e to the power 2x. Now I will go to the integral, so integral from 0 to 1, okay, because I changed, don't forget, I changed the borders from the interval from y to x. For radical 1 plus y prime square اللي هي e to the power 2x dx. So I think branch B is the correct answer. Question number 16. Find the surface area of the surface generated by revolving y equal x minus 2 to the power 2 for x between 0 and 1 about the x-axis. About the x-axis. First of all, I must find y prime. So y prime equal 2x minus 2. I use chain rule. After that, I will use my law for surface area. Here I need y prime square, so I prefer over time to find it separate. So y prime square, it will be 2x minus 2 square. That means 4x minus 2 square. Now, as capital, the surface area equal 2 pi, I will take it outside. Integral from a to b from 0 to 1. It's coming from here. For y, the function y f of x, it's 2x minus 2 radical. Sorry, I have a mistake here, because when I say y, I go to the y prime. So be careful. Y it's x minus 2 squared. So I'm very sorry about that. I will erase it now. So it's not correct here. Okay, so we must be careful. Okay, so the y is x minus 2 squared. Now radical for 1 plus y prime square, we found it 4x minus 2 square dx. Now try to find your solution. So my solution is 2 pi integral from 0 to 1 x minus 2 square. If I go to branch A, 2 pi 0 to 1 x minus 2 square radical 1 plus 2, not 4. Be careful here, it's 2, not 4. So I think branch B, D, what about branch D? 2 pi integral from 0 to 1 x minus 2 square radical 1 plus 4 x minus 2 square. So I think D is the correct answer. So be careful. It's a little bit different between A and D. Okay. Now we will go to the question number 17. Suppose that the square consisting of all xy with x between minus 1 and 1 and y between minus 1 and 1 is revolved about the y-axis. Compute the surface area. So this is a different question. What he means here. Now I will read again because I will understand what he means about that. I have a square, okay, square consisting of all xy. Oh, it's consisting of all points in these inequalities. So x between minus 1 and 1 has inequality, and y between minus 1 and 1 has inequality. So first of all, I must draw this square to make sure what happened here. So go to the xy plane. Now he told me that x between minus 1 and 1. So I will start from minus 1 and 1. And I will take the first line, perpendicular line. Okay, this is x equal minus 1 and x equal 1. And he talked also about y-axis, minus 1 and 1 also. So I will have two horizontal lines, y equal 1 and y equal -1. Okay. Now, where is the all consisting points? All consisting points, it's coming here, inside the square. All of this area. I have infinitely many points. What's the idea now? The idea now, I will make revolve around the y-axis. So y-axis is here. So y-axis now is coming inside the revolving area. So in this case, I will choose to take the right side or the left side. Now, in the computative surface area, there is a condition in f of x must be greater than 0. Also, f of y must be greater than 0. So here I will take the right one, this area. And make the revolving for it. يعني هون راح اخذ فقط المنطقة اللي موجودة على يمين المحور y لأنه ال f of y must be greater than 0, right side اللي هي ال x positive يعني. فأخذنا المنطقة اللي على اليمين. طيب أوكي. الآن ماذا نريد؟ نريد اللي هو السيرفيس اريا. السيرفيس اريا عنده قانون. لما نتكلم في القانون خلينا نتكلم في البوردرز للريفولفينج اريا. البوردرز راح تكون from y axis يعني from -1 to 1. لأنه هنا 1 وهنا -1. اوكي؟ طيب next one. الآن determine the function x equal f of y. Where is the function from this region, from this area? The function is this line, x equal 1. This is my function, x equal 1. That means f of y equal 1. Because -1 and 1 is just the borders. So I don't have, only I have this function. And the y-axis x equals 0. Now find x prime. X prime means that f prime of y. F prime of y is 0. Now I will use the surface area law. Integral from -1 to 1. Because now my revolving around y-axis. So my border is from y. From -1 to 1, 2 by x. X means f of y. It's 1. Radical 1 plus f prime y square. 0 square. dy. If you find this integral value, it will give you 2 by times 1 minus -1. So the final result, it will be 4 by. I will check it again. 1 plus 0, it's 1. Radical 1 is 1. So let's go. 1 times 1 is 1. So I have only just 2 by. 2 by times 1 minus -1, it will give me 4 by. So the correct answer is branch A. Now, the surface area, because here the revolving area, it's rectangle, so I can find the surface area by another way. As we know before, كما نعلم إنه الريكتانجل عندما يدور حول محور الواي الملاصق للواي طبعا هذا راح يعطينا أسطوانة، يعني هون راح ينتج عندي أسطوانة بهذا الشكل. هاي الأسطوانة الناتجة. طيب هذه الأسطوانة كم نص قطرها؟ نص قطرها 1، الR equal 1. طب كم ارتفاعها؟ الH distance from -1 to 1 it's 2. الآن أعطيني السيرفيس اريا للأسطوانة للسلندر 2 باي RH. That means 2 باي في 1 في 2 give you 4 باي. Be careful here. In the service area from integral we talk about المساحة الجانبية اللي هي literal service area not total. We don't talk about the total service area. So be careful about this point. نتكلم بس عن المساحة الجانبية. اوكي؟ اللي هي 2 باي RH في الأسطوانة، فالجواب 4 باي. It's the same result. So in the exam بامتحانك لو اجى سؤال من هذا النوع بإمكاننا نجيب عليه من خلال قانون الأسطوانة، وهو إجابة صحيحة لأن الامتحان ملتيبل تشويس. بس إذا أجبر على استخدام الانتجرال التكاملات بسؤال مقالي مثلا، ساعتها لازم نستعمل الطريقة اللي احنا وضحنا لكم إياها. Now question number 18. Find the arc length of the portion of the curve y such that y prime equal radical cosine 2x with x between 3 pi over 4 to 2 pi. Now here he gave me y prime, so directly I will go to find y prime square. That means radical cosine 2x square. That means cosine 2x. Okay. Now go to the law of the arc curve. S equal integral from a to b from 3 pi over 4 to pi radical 1 plus y prime square cosine 2x dx. Now if I look to the answers, it's coming in as integrals, so find your answer. If you look here, nothing the same. What happened? I think there is more simplifying. في عندنا تبسيط إضافي. في حد منا يتذكر الايدنتيتيز السبع متطابقات اللي احنا مفروض نكون حافظينهم. واحدة منهم تقول أن 1 plus cosine 2x هاي عبارة عن 2 cosine square x. You must memorize this. Okay? So use it here. So equal integral from 3 pi over 4 to pi radical 2 cosine square x dx. Now find your answer. No, I don't have. So here the radical, I can make it radical 2 and take it out of integral from 3 pi over 4 to pi radical cosine square x dx. That means radical 2 integral from 3 pi over 4 to pi radical with the square, it's go, so cosine x dx. Where is your answer? It's branch number A. It's branch number A. Here you must be careful. This is a wrong answer, not correct. Mr. Raed, it's the same. Radical 2 integral from 3 pi over 4 to pi cosine x dx. I know it's the same, but this, your answer here, you have a mistake. Here you have a mistake. What's the mistake? Radical with square inside give you absolute of x. Absolute value. We must be careful about this point. لازم نكون حريصين جدا على هاي النقطة. الراديكال مع التربيع الداخلي نذكركم فيها. نذكركم بالقانون ونفرق بينهم رجاء. Radical y square it's absolute y. بينما radical y square it's y. Be careful about this. So now, where is your answer? What about absolute value of cosine from 3 pi over 4 to pi? From 3 pi over 4 to pi, here we are in second quadrant. من 135 ل 180 احنا بالسكند كوادرنت، وبالسكند كوادرنت احنا شو اللي عندنا؟ عندنا الكوساين موجب ولا سالب؟ نتذكر القاعدة ASTC، فالاس هو الموجب يعني الساين، اذا الكوساين يكون ماينس، فهون في عندي ماينس. That means radical 2 integral from 3 pi over 4 to pi for minus cosine x dx. Minus we can take it before outside, sorry. So the correct answer is branch number C. Thank you for all. شكرا لكم جميعا، نتمنى أن نكون قد وفقنا فيما عرضنا. بإذن الله تعالى سيتبقى عندنا فيديو أخير بالثلاث دروس الأخيرة اللي هي البروجكتايلز والانتجرال ابليكيشنز فيزيكس ابليكيشنز والبروبابيليتي، اللي هم المقذوفات والتطبيقات الفيزيائية للتكامل والاحتمالات. نراكم في الفيديو القادم إن شاء الله. كل من التوفيق، يعطيكم العافية.